where are we? Number 6. Oh, I like this one because I actually achieved this one and I smashed it. My goal, number 6, was that I was going to have 1 paid performance opportunity per month, and I just about killed it. I referral killed it. Yeah, January through December, I had at least 1 performance opportunity where I was paid, and I love that down. Like, this was the first year I feel like I still feel like I haven't fully jumped into being an artist, even though I've been doing it for so long. But I'm definitely getting closer to becoming the person I want to be, and like to creating at the magnitude in which I want to create. And like having a gig every month really showed that to me. Like, I can appreciate there's so many artists out here who gig every weekend and every single day, but for me, like, this was a big deal because I was gigging once a month, getting paid for it while I was still in school and doing the 12 million other things I was doing in school, was working as well, and I was still doing it, growing. I applied for, I don't know if you guys are familiar with So Far Sounds, but this time last year, people were telling me about So Far Sounds, and I was like, that's cool, but I don't think I'm ready for it. And I applied to So Far. I've been accepted. I've played So Far just about every single month since I've been accepted. I was talking to, I think he's like the director of So Far in Baltimore, and he was like, yeah, Sadia's like the most booked So Far artist right now, and I almost couldn't believe it. So it's just like little things like that. I had a reoccurring bar gig where I was playing every single month, and I've just kind of been in this place of like, when I perform and when I do music stuff, good stuff happens. And that's like a new headspace for me. I'm reading The Artist Way because that's like the book that artists are supposed to read, and I'm very inspired by Doechii. Doechii, yes, I'm on your dick right now because you read The Artist Way and you made YouTube videos, and look what I'm doing because I want to be like you, friend. But I've been reading The Artist Way, and it's just like telling me a lot about myself and a lot of how I view myself as an artist. And I think I've been afraid to take myself seriously for a multitude of reasons, and I think one of the reasons is like, in the grand scheme of the earth and of the world, I want to be a musician, and to me that makes so much sense. It's like, that's my purpose. But it was kind of reinforced like, music is stupid, music is for fun, that's not a viable career, there are people with jobs that save lives. So I've kind of had that mentality of like, I want to do music, but like kind of afraid to do it, and afraid to be loud about it, and afraid to be bold about it. That's ending here. We're leaving that mentality in 2024. We're leaving, like, I feel like one of the effects of that mentality is that I would do music stuff, but I would be afraid to like advocate for it, to want to do it, to go out and search for things. So like, honestly, I'm really impressed and proud of myself because of the things I was able to do while being pretty passive about it. But like 2025, we're not being passive anymore. We're going for opportunities. We're creating our own opportunities. I'm having my first big show on February 1st in Baltimore, Maryland, and I have a band, and usually when I play, I always sing and I play guitar. I'm not playing guitar anymore because I just want to move, and I want to be big, and I want to be expressive, and I want to do all these things, and I'm not asking anybody for permission to do it anymore. I'm just going to do it. Anything I want to do, I'm just going to do it. I'm not letting anybody scare me out of my dreams. I'm not gonna let anybody make me feel embarrassed that I want to do this or belittle my dreams. I'm gonna do what I want to do because this is my life. And I think right now I'm in a space where I am more afraid of my dreams not coming true than I am afraid of all of the negative what ifs that everybody's trying to put on me. We're not doing that anymore. 2025 is the year that Sadia takes her life and takes her career with her own hands and does everything she needs to do. Okay, I had to do a video cut. I got a little too excited and my wig started shifting. But what are we on? I think we're on number 7. I will move to a new apartment in a new city. Vision boards are really funny, and like verbal manifestation is very funny because I feel like a lot of these, with the exception of like my reading and my screen time, they're open to interpretation. I did move. I moved a bunch this year, actually. I graduated from college. We're probably gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. I graduated from college. At one point, I pseudo-graduated, where like I walked across the stage and I did all the little things, and but I still was technically a student because I failed a class and I had to retake it. So when I had to retake that summer class, I moved to a little apartment. And guys, I was very blessed in this apartment, and I will tell you why. At first, I had asked the leasing agent of the apartment I was living in during undergrad, can I stay for like a month extra, just like extend my lease for a month? And at first they said yes, and then they said no, because somebody had toured my apartment and they like fell in love with it, and they were like, we want to move in as soon as possible, we want to move in. And this was in June. They wanted to move in June. This whole thing happened in like April. So like, yeah, we want to move in. So they texted me and they were like, yeah, these people want the apartment bad, so we're gonna move you, and we have a little guest suite, and you can live there, and the rent is gonna be $250. And I said, oh, $250 rent for all 30 days? $250. Ding! Took that apartment right up. And honestly, the new apartment was walking distance from my old apartment. But it was new. And I actually ended up staying there for the entire summer for 3 months. And it was really dope because that was the first time in my life I lived by myself, like for real. Because in college and undergrad, I always had roommates. But that was the first time I was like I felt like a real adult. When I was a kid, I would always imagine like, what would my life be like when I'm an adult, and I'll have my own apartment, and I'll live in the city, and I'll be making music. And while I was there, I had this big epiphany. I was like, holy shit, that's what I'm doing. Because I have my own apartment. I was paying the rent by myself because it was $250. I better have been paying it by myself. But yeah, I was paying it by myself. I was doing a bunch of music stuff. I was living in Baltimore, Maryland, which was like a city compared to the suburb I grew up in, you know. And I was very proud of myself this summer. It was very much like a big girl summer. This summer, I was getting paid. Holy shit. I got an artist grant. They paid me to do a photo shoot and to do a little, I made a little EPK, an electronic press kit. So when I beg people to allow me to play their venue, I have something to send. But they paid me for that shit. I was playing shows. I played my first headlining show in June, which was stressful and chaotic, not because I'm always stressed and I'm always in a state of chaos, but because I actually got the date of that show wrong, and I reached out to my band because the reason they once again, me being passive, somebody asked me to headline a show, but that was still beautiful. But they wanted me to headline because I had a band once upon a time. We're gonna come back to that as well. I had a band once upon a time, and I had told my band the wrong date of the show. So I had to scramble and find a random drummer. I think I met the drummer on Monday. The gig was on Wednesday. It was still a pretty fine gig, but that was very stressful. I did that. I played so many variations of shows, you know? Like if I think of myself a year ago, my shows was just me playing my little guitar, la la la. But I played shows with a full band. I played shows with a trio of vocalists. I played shows where I showed off my music production. Like I did a lot of really cool stuff. So in a way, I was the me that little Sadia was dreaming of. I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm very much, like I'm so much closer than I've ever been in my entire life. That's really exciting. That being said, I do want to move again. My dream, move to LA. Manifesting that for 2025. I don't remember what number we're on. So next one. Oh, I wanted to take out a new sport. I really wanted to do like boxing or yoga. I would like to say I'm a pretty fit person. I love running. I run every single day, or just about every day. It's just really great for my mind. I love to listen to music and run. I come up with a lot of ideas while I'm running. But running is cool. Cardio is cool. But I just wanted to do something else, because I feel like I've been slacking on my running this year, to be honest. Like, I'll start off as a run and then it ends as a walk, that kind of thing. So I wanted to do something to get active in another way. I almost did. I had so many opportunities too. I really wanted to take on boxing. I feel like boxing is so fun. It looks so fun to me, and I wanted to do it. And my school had boxing like intro sessions, and one of my friends went too, and I just never went. Like I'll always be like, oh, they have boxing, I really want to go, and then something would come up and I just didn't. I need to stop doing that, because like I said, one of my fears is I'm gonna be old and gray and be like, I wish I did boxing. I'm not trying to do that. That's not gonna be me. I want to be that grandma that has so much random lore that's like, oh yeah, I remember I did boxing one day, somebody punched me in my face and I quit. Some goofy stuff like that. But maybe 2025 I'll pick up like Pilates or something, or yoga, something fun. I did a little bit of Pilates. I did Pilates for like a day, and then my stomach hurt so bad after that. I was like, I don't know about all this, but yeah. So maybe I'll give myself that. I did Pilates for like a day, but I wasn't consistent with it. But yeah. I will pay my bills with music. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did. My phone died. I don't know what number we're on, but don't know what number it is, but it is I will pay my bills with music. And I very much did. Not like all of my bills. I had other jobs, other odd jobs, but definitely music was a very substantial part of my income, more substantial than previous years. And that's really cool and really exciting. I got 2 grants this year. I got a grant from my school, which was I'm not gonna share how much, but a pretty sizable amount of money. I got another Baltimore art grant Shout out to Motor House in Baltimore, because Motor House is just so amazing to artists. That was the program I was talking about, where they paid me to do a photo shoot for me. They made an EPK for me. They gave me a workshop just on financial literacy, as well as like social media management and how to be engaging and to use social media as an artist, just like all these amazing things. And then they gave me an opportunity to perform at one of their events. Shout out Motor House Baltimore, so much love to them. But yeah, those things coupled with me having paid performance opportunities every month, like I said, it wasn't enough to like pay all the bills, but it was very, very helpful and pretty substantial. And I'm very proud of myself for all that, because there definitely were, as much as I keep saying, like, I feel like I was pretty passive this year, and I kind of was, but there were some things I had to go after, some opportunities I had to kind of hunt down, and I'm happy about that. I will travel to at least 3 different cities for music. I did and I didn't. To be fair, I feel like that one is kind of vague. I feel like what I was thinking of was like, I'll go to all these different cities and have like opportunities and things to do within music. Like, people will invite me and fly me out places. How do you get flown out places? Like, every time I turn around, I keep seeing people, oh yeah, I got flued out. How do I get flued out? I'm trying to get flued out. I was not flued out, but I went places, and I went musically minded and looking for opportunities, because I feel like low-key, maybe this is me trying to get out of that passive headspace, but like, if you want opportunity somewhere, you just gotta go there and go find it. And I did that for 2 cities, and then one of them I just kind of ended up in. But in this was July. In July, one of my good friends, Kaori, left Kaori down. Kaori is an amazing photographer, and she is the art girly of all art girlies. I want to be as much of an art girly as Kaori, but she had this opportunity to be in Nashville, and I had wanted to go to Nashville. I've been wanting to go for years and years, just because a part of me was kind of intimidated by LA, but I felt like I could do Nashville. Nashville is a little bit closer to home. I'm based outside of Washington, D.C. So, you know, if I ever need to like run back home for something, tickets not as expensive, flight is not as long. I feel like Nashville would be kind of cool. And then Nashville also has the whole like, you can make a living as a songwriter, and that's like a 9-to-5 type deal in Nashville. So I really wanted to go. So when my friend Kaori went out there, I was a freeloader, and I stayed where she was staying, and it was really cool. We stayed in, I forget what the university was called, but there's an HBCU in Nashville, and we were staying there, and they have these dorms that are like shipping crates. So it's like literally shipping crates stacked on top of each other, and they gutted them and they made it get into like a living situation. So there were 2 beds, there was a bathroom, a little kitchenette, like it had everything. But it was very bizarre. I think that was one of my most interesting housing accommodations. But Nashville was dope. I didn't do as much musical networking stuff as I would have liked, but sometimes, like, I feel like I've been in a headspace of I want to get out of the DMV, the Maryland area. So I just go places with the headspace of like, but I like to live here. Like, when I want to work there, that's definitely important. But like, when work is over and I'm trying to hang my head or find people to hang out with, or these nice spaces to be in. And I really enjoyed Nashville. We went to Broadway. Broadway was really cool. I feel like, I don't want to bash my hometown, love my hometown, but when it comes to partying, I feel like at my age of 23, I should have more partying experience and clubbing experience than I do. And I don't think it's a me thing, because I've been to the clubs, I go out, I've gone out with my friends, and I just don't have fun there. You know, there's just like a certain type of energy that we have out here. where people are like kind of too cool for school, don't really want to dance, don't really want to party. Nashville was not like that. I am not a country music fan for real, but I will say 2024 was the year of country music. Nonetheless, went to Nashville, had so much fun on Broadway. They were singing little this ain't Texas, ain't no hold 'em. That was fun. Country girl, shake it for me, girl, shake it for me, girl. Yeah, had a good old time, very good time. And I didn't even really drink like that. I was under the influence of something else every single day of that trip. But I don't think that affected my love of Nashville. Deep love for Nashville. City number 2, I went to Los Angeles for the first time with my mom. And even saying that, I have a lot of anxiety because I want to go to LA. I feel like to make my dreams come into fruition, I need to be in LA. Just because I've been very into astrology and astrocartography. And if you're into that, you might know a little bit about it. But I believe my hometown, I think I'm sitting on my Mars and my Pluto lines, which are lines that are like, it's rough out here. And it's supposed to be good for like growth and development, and you'll go through hardships and you'll overcome them, and you're a better person for that and all that good stuff. But I want to go somewhere where I could be happy and I can thrive and I don't have to go through unnecessary turmoil. And looking at LA, I did this last night, a little deep dive. I believe LA is right between my sun line and a Neptune line, which is not particularly ideal, but the sun line is great. But other than that, just like, I've talked to some of my musician friends who lived in LA, and they're always talking about how like you're 1 degree or 2 degrees of separation between you and your dreams. And going to LA, I did experience that. I did come closer to my dreams, and some stuff happened and it didn't come into fruition, and that was really disappointing. But like, my first time I went to LA with no plan, the plan for LA was just like, I want to move here, and I've never even like put 10 toes on this place, let me walk around, see what it's like, see what the people are like, just say I've been there before I jump up and move there, And in that, I was able to find an opportunity to grow. Like I said, didn't go anywhere, but like, I feel like that's already a good sign that LA likes Sadia and Sadia likes LA. LA really likes Sadia, and I will tell you why. When I first landed in LA, my mom and we got a rental car. And in the rental car office, the guy who was like handing us the keys to the car, he slipped me his little phone number. And I'm not like a boy crazy individual, but it's like, when I'm at home, nobody's checking for me. Nobody's looking at me. I'm walking down the street in LA. People are like pulling over in their car like, you look so good today, girl. Complimenting my outfit, all my stuff. Just like really gassing me up. And I'm going to take that as a sign of like, LA is where I need to be. LA is where I'm gonna thrive.